everyone, it's Advija Coastal Magnolia. I hope you are well today. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber. I have something really exciting for you today. Well, exciting for me. I hope you're excited too once you see it. I have made, I guess, 3D, 2D embellishments, adorable glasses. Look at how cute. Oh my gosh. This wasn't easy. It wasn't easy because it was my first time doing it. Wait until you see how I did this. I've actually been wanting to add a little bit of structure to my wine glasses for quite a while, and I experimented with it a little bit over Christmas. You may remember my video from a little while back when I made these silicone molds using the Let's Resin silicone putty that was sent to me by the folks at Let's Resin, and I'll go ahead and put a link in the description to the video. I made these to use with air dry clay. The mold did end up cracking, but for air dry clay, I think it'll work perfect. So I want to make a starfish to put on one glass, and then I'm going to make a seahorse to put on another one, and probably use this little turtle mold that's very dirty and I need to clean it. But I'm going to use this starfish first, and I'm using this little fluffy brush that I have, this cheap makeup brush from the dollar store. But this is probably a little bit too much cornstarch, guys. So let's just tap that off. And go ahead and... I have to be completely honest about this mold. It was the first one that I ever made using the Let's Resin silicone putty, and I didn't do a very good job. It's not a very good mold. It has nothing to do with the clay, and it has nothing to do with the silicone putty. I just didn't do a very good job using this mold. So honestly, I am probably going to ditch this mold and not use it again. So full disclosure. Okay, I'm going to go with it. I'm going to piece that one back together, and we're going to call this a learning experience. Not going to use that one again. Ugh. Okay, so I'm going to try to flip this over without breaking it. I'm going to put a really thin layer of this tacky glue on the back. And then I'm just trying to shape it the best that I can. And then when it's dry, I'm going to sand it a little bit just to smooth out these rough spots. Take a little bit of water. So I'm gonna cover this with resin anyway. Starfish surgery. Like if I just embedded it. Go ahead and try that. And when it dries, this is probably going to pop out, but I can glue it back in. All right, I am going to set this one aside as mold because I really think it's cute. And work little pieces at a time. and just start at the thick part of the mold and press in and pull out and smooth as I go. I'm not ashamed to admit that I'm also a newbie when it comes to air dry clay, but I keep working with it and I keep getting better at it the more that I use it. So don't be afraid to show your flaws, because that's how you learn. And by making mistakes, that's how you learn not to do them again. So if you have any tips for me for working with air dry clay, please do pass them on. I would certainly appreciate it. What you got? From the air dry clay videos that I've seen on YouTube, I know it's really important to get all of the, the extra clay off of the surface of the mold. Otherwise, you'll see that in your finished product, and I did not want that. And adding a little bit of water to my finger to smooth out the clay really, really did help. All right, I'm gonna put them on this one. These are so much easier to work with. Look at that. I'm worried about the tail because I did have issues with the tail earlier. That is perfect. Oh, look at that. So pretty. That is really cool. I want to do a little turtle, and the only decent sized turtle I have is this keychain mold. So I'm just going to go with that. Oh my God, so much. So much of this is off camera. There's no sense in even showing it in real time. I'm just working with a new camera setup, and it's just taken a little bit of time to get used to it, I guess. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know if it'll work. So I'm just gonna, I got a little bit of glue there. Pretty sure I can do this. Getting glue on my mold though. Should pop right out. This is going to be super cute when it's dry, except for that head. I'm going to have to figure out something. Actually, probably don't even need that at all. Just cut that off next time. Just don't even put the clay in there. All right, so these need to dry, and then I'll go on to the next step. Okay. These have been sitting for 2 days. The clay is nice and hard. I'm going to use a different starfish for the next one. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. I love this little seahorse. I have a, I've been looking for a sand dollar. A friend of mine gave me a belt buckle, a sand dollar belt buckle that she's going to let me use to make a mold, unless I can be able to find one. But and I just ordered a new mold of a palm tree. So all I'm doing right now, I'm going to clean these because I think I was just a little messy. I've got these all clean. I've got them on my turner arms. I need to seal these animals a little bit, and I thought I would try some UV resin. There's a company called Lightwish that reached out to me and sent me some resin dyes. These are resin pigments. So these are really shimmery. I've already tried them on another project, and I wanted to do that before I filmed anything. But this is a gold, a deep gold, deep purple, deep blue, dark green, and dark red. Are we sensing a theme here? And then they sent me 2 of these big bottles of UV resin. Now, when you use the UV resin, you do need to use a UV light. I have this little curing light. It came with a kit that, and it's quite dirty. It came with a kit that I bought on Amazon. I have a link in the description. I'm going to use all of these pigments and the UV resin to color just my little sea creatures. I guess they're sea creatures. Not really creatures, but you know, they're sea animals. Make sure you do have good ventilation, okay? I have the door open to my studio right there, and also my window, so there's a good cross breeze. Whoop, that door. First thing I'm going to do is mix up 5 cups because I have 5 colors, and really hope you can see that. All 5. Okay. These colors are translucent. They're very wispy, and you don't really need a whole lot in the cup. I'm not going to use this UV resin over the whole cup. I'm only going to use it to color my little sea animals. So I'm going to start by adding 3 drops. This is the gold first, then the deep blue. Ooh, that's pretty. And now the deep dark red. It's more purpley. I'm going to leave the caps off because I might need to add more. The purple. And the dark green. So I'm going to leave the caps off in case I need to add more. And now I'm going to add this is really thin resin, y'all. This has a really, it's very runny. So that's the green. This purple is very pretty. Look how pretty that is. Can you see? Very pretty. And red. Blue. And then the gold. I have a feeling I'm going to need a lot more of the blue, and then the purple. Whoops. The gold is just going to be a highlight. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add more into the blue cup. So I think that's going to be my primary color. Definitely, oh man, It's the sticks are, here we go. I don't know if I want to paint them on like this. Look how pretty that is. All right, let me get my lamp in there. This is a 60-second lamp, which means that the light will stay on for 60 seconds. And I'm going to turn it off myself because I just want to see. This cures pretty fast. Now all I'm doing with the blue is I'm going to paint the body of this seahorse. And you can add multiple layers if you want. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and take the gold and do his back fin. I'm just thickening it up. So this right here is just the resin that's gotten onto the glass, and that's all right. Now make sure you have good ventilation because the odor, the smell might be a challenge for some people. It does have a very strong smell. All right, I need to mix up some more. And this time I'm adding twice as much resin to the cup and twice as many drops. So I've added 6 drops. And so far, you know, I'm not even curing it for the full 60 seconds. And it's gotten quite firm. So that's definitely enough. This is really pretty. I feel like I did need to add a few more drops in there anyway. So I'm just going to, you know what I just thought about? I am such an idiot. Move your cups away from your curing light. Did not even think about that, y'all. Yeah, it didn't hurt it. Well, that was a newbie mistake, wasn't it? And I'm actually okay with it running onto the glass like that. I think maybe that'll help to seal around the edges and just maybe highlight it a little bit. All right, that was a full 60-second cure. Now I am gonna put resin over the top of this, so don't freak out by how it looks right now. I'm gonna use gold on that back fin. So I've added a little bit more resin to the cup and I'm adding 3 more drops. Hurt the curing time. Adding a few extra drops of the color definitely did not hurt the curing time. It's taken a full 60 seconds, but it definitely doesn't hurt the curing time. All right, I'm turning it off manually. It hasn't been the full 60. That is really, really cool. I like this gold. It's kind of like, it's almost an antique gold. All right, that has been the full 60 seconds. I hope I didn't say 60 minutes. It's 60 seconds. That's really, really pretty. That is so pretty, y'all. What would look good with that purple? Red. What do you think? That's not going to be enough, is it? Nope. So more in the cup. Add 1, 2, 3, 4 more drops of the red. I know it looks purple, doesn't it? It says deep red. That's definitely not purple. This is the red. That's purple. Look very similar. All right. So I'm going to do the same thing and just paint it on. Q-tip would have worked good for this. Okay. It'd be easier if I had it in a like a little dropper bottle, because this is going to be tedious as heck. Paintbrush for this. I'm going to start with one and just go around. Oh my gosh, using the paintbrush was so much easier. Now I did end up having to put 2 coats on it, but the first coat was more of like the seal coat. And then the second coat, once I mixed up more of the colored resin, the second coat really made the color pop. And it's very subtle. It's shimmery and very translucent, but that's exactly what I wanted. It looks like a jewel. It looks like a little starfish jewel. I love it. All right. Not as happy with that one as I am with the seahorse. I haven't used the purple yet. That is a really pretty color. So I think the body is going to be purple, just because I'm going to do the same thing. I can't believe almost the whole turtle is off camera. I just didn't pay enough attention to it. But I am working a lot more efficiently now, being able to color one glass while the UV light is curing the other glass, and then I can pop back and forth. Because honestly, I'm sure y'all would get bored watching 60 seconds of the light curing one after the other. But I hate that you can't see how pretty these colors are. These colors are absolutely gorgeous. They are really almost like a jewel, like a almost like opal. That's what it reminds me of, opal. All right, that is going to be just fine. It's just enough of a little shimmer. Really, I mean, I'm happy with the color. I knew it wasn't going to be a deep color. It's very shimmery. It's the Starry Night series, so it's ready for resin. I need to clean these first, for sure. And wipe these down because I've been touching them a lot. KSRESIN Liquidy Split is the fast set. I've mixed up 40 milliliters. I'm really hoping that that's enough. Still want a really wispy effect. I'm going to use the Sesso mica powder in aqua. And then also I want to create some white lines. So I'm going to pour a little bit into this cup with some white liquid resin dye. And I'm adding 3 drops of the white liquid resin dye. I don't really need very much white. And then the mica powder, I'm not adding very much at all. I'm probably adding not even 1/8 of a teaspoon, because I want a wispy effect. I want it colored, but I want it very transparent. Very transparent. And that might be too much, but I think once I get it on the glass, it'll be fine. And so go ahead and, oh, not plugged in. Okay, make sure your turner's plugged in. There we go. You want to mix up your mica powder really, really well in your resin so that you don't end up with clumps and like little stringy bits. And I'm gonna wait for my turtle to come around. I'm not gonna go all the way to the edge, so I'm just gonna paint around the turtle with my resin. I'm not going to go on the bottom. Might need to honestly stop the turner, but never done anything with never done this before, so I don't know how this is going to work. I'm just going to stop it real quick. Let's get around the turtle really well. That's probably a better idea. There we go. Okay. Oh my God, this is taking a lot of patience. I'm just making sure I get all of that pretty resin out of the cup because I don't like to waste resin. There is no sense in wasting resin if you can put it on your pretty cup. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with my heat gun on low heat and high air. And all I'm doing is popping bubbles and maybe heating the resin up a little bit. All right, now my white, I'm not really sure what to do, honestly. Oh, I just realized I put my stick with the mica powder in it. That's okay. I think what I'm gonna do with the white is run it down the bottom. Kind of a loose little wave line. Oh, hold on. All right, cheating there. And I have just enough. All right. And then just some random little wispiness to use up all this. I don't have very much left, but I hate waste. Oh my God, these are going to be so gorgeous. All right, low heat, high air. Okay, and I'm going to now push just be patient. Okay, just gonna do one at a time, and what I'm doing is just pushing that white and creating those little wispy waves. This really is on a low heat setting. These, I think, are going to be spectacular. Need to let them turn for the rest of the day. It's 12:30. I'm going to come back before dinner, and I'm going to see what I got. These are going to be spectacular. Y'all, look how cute he is. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Are there flaws? Yes, there are flaws. But for the first go at this is a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Definitely doing this again. So one thing I do see is on the inside of the glass. I don't know if y'all can really see that, but do you see through the glass at the back of the sea creature? It's kind of not really pretty. I don't know if that's really a deal breaker. Definitely on this one you can see. So maybe, maybe the next go round, paint the back of go ahead and seal the back of the clay with paint, a colored paint like blue or something pretty, before I put it on the glass. So that's a good idea. This is definitely a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, learned something new, and decided to give me Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and decide to give this a try maybe. Let me know which one's your favorite. Seahorse, turtle. Turtle's my favorite. The other seahorse, and Mr. Patrick Star has seen better days.